Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1st, Chapter 15. The Pandavas retire timely. Text 12. Yat tejasata bhagavan yudishulapanihi vismapita sagirijostrada nijam me anyepi chahamamunaiva kalevarena Prapto Mahendra Bhavane Mahadasanardham. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. It was by his influence only that in a fight I was able to astonish the personality of God, Lord Shiva, and his wife, the daughter of Mount Himalaya. Thus he, Lord Shiva, became pleased with me and awarded me his own weapon. Other demigods also delivered their respective weapons to me. And in addition, I was able to reach the heavenly planets in this present body and was allowed a half-elevated seat. Translation with repetition. It was by his influence only that in a fight I was able to astonish the personality of God, Lord Shiva, and his wife, the daughter of Mount Himalaya. Thus, he, Lord Shiva, became pleased with me and awarded me his own weapon. Other demigods also delivered their respective weapons to me. And in addition, I was able to reach the heavenly planets in this present body and was allowed a half-elevated seat. Purport. By the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, were pleased with Arjuna. The idea is that one who is favored by Lord Shiva or any other demigod may not necessarily be favored by the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Ravana was certainly a great devotee of Lord Shiva, but he could not be saved from the wrath of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, and there are many instances like that in the histories of the Puranas. But there is an instance where we can see that Lord Shiva became pleased even in the fight with Arjuna. The devotees of the Supreme Lord know how to respect the demigods, but the devotees of the demigods sometimes foolishly think that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is no greater than the demigods. By such a conception, one becomes an offender and ultimately meets with the same end as Ravana and others. The instances described by Arjuna during his friendly dealings with Lord Sri Krishna are instructive for all who may be convinced by the lessons that one can achieve all favors simply by pleasing the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, whereas the devotees or worshippers of the demigods may achieve only partial benefits which are also perishable, just as the demigods themselves are. Another significance of the present verse is that Arjuna, by the grace of Lord Sri Krishna, was able to reach the heavenly planet even with the self-same body, and was honored by the heavenly demigod Indradeva, being seated with him, half elevated. One can reach the heavenly planets by the pious acts recommended in the Shastras in the category of fruitive activities. And as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, when the reactions of such pious acts are spent, the enjoyer is again degraded to this earthly planet. The moon is also on this level with the heavenly planets. And the only persons who have performed virtues only, performing sacrifices, giving charity, and undergoing severe austerities, can be allowed to enter into the heavenly planets after the duration of life of the body. Arjuna was allowed to enter into the heavenly planets in the self-same body simply by the grace of the Lord, otherwise it is not possible to do so. The present attempts to enter into the heavenly planets by the modern scientist will certainly prove futile, because such scientists are not on the level of Arjuna. They are ordinary human beings without any assets of sacrifice, charity, or austerities. The material body is influenced by the three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance. The present population is more or less influenced by the modes of passion and ignorance, and the symptoms for such influence are exhibited in their becoming very lusty and greedy. Such degraded fellows can hardly approach the higher planetary systems. Above the heavenly planets, there are many other planets also, which only those who are influenced by the goodness can reach. In heavenly and other planets within the universe, the inhabitants are all highly intelligent, many more times than the human beings, and they're all pious in the higher and highest mode of goodness. They're all devotees of the Lord, and although their goodness is not unadulterated, still they are known as demigods, possessing the maximum amount of good qualities possible within the material world. Thus sends the Bhaktivedanta purport. This is the 15th chapter of first canto Srimad Bhagavatam, called The Pandavas Retire Timely. So the background of this chapter is Yudhishthira Maharaj sends Arjuna to Dwaraka and asks Arjuna, please go to Dwaraka, inquire about Krishna's well-being, and please come and report. Because Pandavas are pure devotees, they're constantly absorbed in Krishna's thoughts. What is Krishna doing? What is Krishna's activities are? What is Krishna's next mission? Especially in this chapter we can see Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted Arjuna to go and ask from Krishna, what does Lord Krishna want us to do now? What Krishna wants, what God wants us to do now from us. Devotees always want to execute Lord's mission, Lord's instruction. So Arjuna goes to Dwaraka, and for many days, long time, he does not come back. So Yudhishthira and others, they're getting worried. What happened? Why there is no news? There is no information of Arjuna, Krishna. And they also see there are so many inauspicious bad omens in the nature. And then they're expecting some bad news. And finally Arjuna has come back from Dwaraka. When he has come back, he's not looking very excited, very happy, as if he's carrying some happy information about Krishna. He's looking very disturbed. So Yudhishthira is asking, my dear Arjuna, What happened? Is everything all right? Is Krishna all right? Is everyone all right in Dwaraka? Then Arjuna is not able to speak. His throat is choked. He's breathing heavily because he has to break the bad news that Krishna is no more available on this planet. He has departed back to his abode. He has left us. For devotees, this is a devastating news. So Arjuna is telling this information to Yudhishthira, and he is not able to say it properly. With great difficulty, with great tough emotions, he has to manage his emotions which are disturbing his talk. His voice is getting choked up, and is somehow managing himself and is communicating the news to Yudhishthira and others. So while he was speaking, what he is doing is, he is continuously remembering what all Krishna did to Arjuna. He is saying, my dear brother Yudhishthira. And then he gives so many examples in one shloka, one example. How Krishna saved them. First he remembers, it is only because of Krishna I was able to win the hands of Draupadi. Amidst so many qualified people. There were so many qualified people. And there was one competition. You have to shoot arrow that will go and hit the eyes of moving fish in the roof. Very tough. And he says, nobody was able to do. I was able to do, not because I was great. Look how great I am, how capable I am. I am so special. I am so extraordinary. No. I was able to do that only because Krishna's favor was there on me. Otherwise I could not do it. So Arjuna is first giving the example of Draupadi Swayamvara. And then he gives example how they built the world famous city called Indraprastha. Today's Delhi is called Indraprastha. That was long ago built by Pandavas. He said how there was one forest. Nobody can even enter inside the forest. And it is only because of Krishna's help, he said that I was able to burn that forest called Khandava Prastha. I burnt that Khandava Prastha by fighting with Indra and so many other demigods, and we were able to establish a super, highly sophisticated city called Indraprastha. Indraprastha means it is equal to Lord Indra's opulence. And we built a very, very special palace. Narada Muni describes about that palace. He says that in this entire universe, there are only some 5-6 palaces which are extraordinary palace. Indra's palace in Amaravati, Kubera's palace, like that he gives list of the palace, and one of the palace which is extraordinary palace in the entire universe is this Yudhishthira Maharaj, Pandava's palace in Indraprastha, not an ordinary palace. So we were able to build that city and that palace because of Krishna, not because of our capacity. And then he's saying we were able to do Rajasuya Yajna because of Krishna. And there was one big threat, very big powerful enemy called Jarasandha. That Jarasandha had captured thousands of kings to give Narabali in one Mahabhairava Yajna. And we were able to go and kill him. Arjuna and Bhima went along with Krishna, and Bhima in fight with Jarasandha was able to kill that Jarasandha. So he said Bhima was able to kill Jarasandha only because of Krishna's intervention. Otherwise nobody can touch that Jarasandha. And then he is remembering when that in the that Dyuta, in the assembly of all the Kurus, Draupadi was insulted. She was dragged. She was humiliated. And that retaliation we were able to do in the Kurukshetra war only because of Krishna. He said, we were able to fight in the Kurukshetra war in the presence of Bhishma and Drona only because of Krishna. Oh my dear brother Yudhishthira Maharaj, like this, Krishna, once when we were in the Vanavas, during those 12 years of Vanavas, once Duryodhana sends Durvasa Muni, go with your 10,000 disciples and please take hospitality from Yudhishthira's home. So Duryodhana wanted to put Yudhishthira into trouble by sending Durvasa. He said, at that time Krishna comes and solves the situation. Like this, in every moment, everywhere in our life, we were able to be protected because of Krishna. So he is remembering. He is able to remember all these things and telling, my dear brother Yudhishthira, that Lord Krishna who was always with us, who was always helping us, he is not there now. He is no more there on this planet. So this is the background, what Arjuna is speaking. So what is that we learn from this? What do we learn from this conversation of Yudhishthira and Arjuna? Is that we can see Arjuna's memory. Arjuna's memory. What is his memory? What is great about Arjuna's memory? Everybody has got memory. I have memory. You have memory. Everybody sitting here has got memory. But Smaranam is highly discussed topic in Vedic literature. Smaranam means remembrance. Remembrance, especially remembrance of the Lord, is a highly discussed topic in the Vedic literature. Like in the examination, university examination, how much you remember your topics, your subject matter is very important. You will be judged based on that. Like that, how much you remember the Lord is also very important in the human form of life, especially at the time of death. So, Arjuna's remembrance of Lord Krishna is something that we all can make a note of. What is speciality? The speciality is that this kind of a memory, or this kind of a remembrance, or this kind of smaranam is called gratitude. It's called gratitude. It's a memory of being grateful to somebody. It's a positive memory, which is very rarely found in Kali Yuga. People are not grateful. They have no gratitude towards anybody in Kali Yuga. What is this gratitude? In Sanskrit, it is also called kritagnya. Kritagnya. Gnya means knowledge. You always have that knowledge of krita, of what others have done to you. You will never forget it. Such a person is called kritagnya. You always keep that in your mind. You always remember it. Oh, this person has done this such and such things to me. Good things to me. Kritagnya. And somebody who does not remember is called kritagna. Kritagnya. Kritagna. Kritagna means just does not remember anything of what others have done to him. Kritagnya means always being grateful, always remembering, oh, you did this to me. I'm so benefited because of your this thing. This is called positive memory, smaranam, and it is called gratitude. Gratitude is one of the aspects of smaranam, or one of the aspects of memory. There are so many segments in memory. Memory, if you take, you can make it into many segments. And one of the segments is a feeling. There is a feeling. Like memories are associated with emotions. If you remember your enemy, then what emotion comes in our heart is the emotion of anger, emotion of hatredness. The memory of our enemy brings emotion of hatredness, anger, bitterness, all that. But the memory of our beloved people whom we love, whom we like, those memories bring a very sweet experience. And that sweet experience, when it is expressed, that is called gratitude. Out of that sweet experience. This is one part of our memory. Many times we do not develop this aspect of memory at all, because we think it is not useful. What is the use of remembering anybody's good? So it is why it happens, why this memory gets lost, why people can't be grateful. Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna gives answer. Why people can't be grateful? Why do they become ungrateful? Why they don't have gratitude? It is because bhogaishwariya prasaktanam taya apahrita chetasam. Your memory is taken away. When it is taken away, whenever you become interested in your personal sense gratification, selfish, when people become selfish, then all the gratitude memory will be taken away. Because if you remember of the good things done by others, you can't be selfish. You can't be selfish, you can't be gratitude at the same time. It is not possible. Gratitude means you are always thinking, so much they have done to me, what can I do back to them? What can I do for them? You always remember. So when you think like this, you can't be selfish. If you want to be selfish, you can't be grateful. You can't have gratitude. Bhogaishwariya prasakta. Interested in selfish enjoyment in the life. So, when people are encouraged, you should become. Now the selfishness in the modern world is glamorized as being ambitious. People nowadays, they glamorize everything. There is some negative quality, and you polish it, you put some makeup on it, and give some modern name for it. And everybody will say, wow, it's very nice. They say, he's very ambitious. What do you mean by ambitious? Ambitious means, in the modern context, you be selfish. Don't care for your family. Don't care for your own self. Don't care for your near and dear ones. Don't care for anyone. Just all that matters to you is you, and only you. And you are called ambitious person. And such ambitious people cannot have any gratitude memory. How? What they will remember? All that they remember is only about themselves. Bhogaishwariya prasaktanam. Such so-called ambitious, selfish people cannot have any gratitude memory, because taya apahrita chetasam. Their memory, their intelligence, their consciousness is taken away, so that they can continue to be selfish. And also Krishna says, kamastair hritagnyana. The moment kama increases in your heart, kama means selfish desire. The moment that kama increases, hrita jnana, the memory, everything will be lost. Kamastair hritagnyana. Then no remembrance. And what is the example? The example is that people have completely forgotten, or they're not even aware how much they're benefited by God in their life. when COVID second wave was going on, everywhere it was a news. Oxygen supply is not available. Oxygen shortage. They're not getting oxygen, and there was a big hue and cry everywhere for oxygen. And sometimes there used to be some news that 15 lakh bill, 20 lakh bill when you get admitted to hospital to get oxygen and all that facility, people pay. So there was some kind of a message as now people are realizing how much oxygen cost, which is freely available. So many things God has given to me. Okay, oxygen is not required. What about how my stomach is digesting food? This we realize when we get stomach pain. When stomach is hurting, when it is paining, we know, oh, what it means to have normal functioning. So we do not even see all those things and not be grateful to any of these things. Why? Because we have become so absorbed in our selfish, lusty desires, nothing is visible to our eyes. Like, what to speak of God? In today's modern society, own family members' hard work is not visible to other family member. For example, sometimes children will be asking parents, what have you done to me? What have you done to me? You have not done anything to me. What do you mean you have not done anything? Giving birth itself is the greatest thing that somebody can do to you. But even then, somebody can become so selfish and can raise this kind of question. What have you done? You have not done anything to me. What do you mean you have not done anything? It is because I have become so lusty, I become so selfish, I cannot see what my own family members have done to me. Then where is the question of what country has done to me? What the nature is doing to me? What God has done to me? To recognize God's intervention, it requires some amount of sobriety, some amount of steady intelligence. When we become lusty, when we become selfish, we can't remember how when we are small child, I was not able to walk. Then who lifted me from one place to another place? Did I have some two wings and I was flying? No, somebody was carrying me. Somebody was always carrying me. They were taking the inconvenience of carrying me. So what have you done to me? People ask. Just see. And then they ask, oh, you're not given this to me. You're not done this to me. So they focus only on what you have not given to me. They never focus on what you have already given to me. This kind of an attitude is an attitude of forgetfulness. Completely forgotten. And when somebody hears this kind of a conversation, if you happen to be father, mother, brother, sister, husband, wife, whoever, when people ask you like this, what have you done to me? It hurts you. It actually breaks your heart. Because, no good man wants to give you the list what and all I have done. Nobody likes to tell you, see, I have done this, I have done this. The other person should see this. With their eyes, with their intelligence, with their memory, they should see this. If they cannot see, it shows that person's quality in a very bad way. So likewise, the Shastras are telling, in the material world, when we are diseased with lust, kama, selfishness, swartha gati, swartha, when the disease called swartha, all that matters to me is only me, my happiness, my own sense gratification, then nothing is visible to us. For such people, there is no chances of remembering of Krishna like Arjuna. Actually, if Arjuna wanted, he can only think of himself. Oh, Yudhishthira, do you know what I have done? I conquered Draupadi. It can all be reversed and it can be told in different way. I conquered Draupadi. I did this, I did this. So Arjuna is not speaking in an ungratitude language. He's not speaking in ingratitude or ungrateful language. He's speaking and his language is full of gratitude. Krishna did this to me. He recognizes who did that. And he gives complete credit to Lord Krishna. That shows how much Arjuna is elevated in his consciousness. How much he loves and respects Krishna and Krishna's intervention in his life. Sometimes we ask devotees, can you please chant Hare Krishna mantra? They say, yeah, whenever I am free, I will try. So they say, why should I chant? Why should I do all these things? When I am free, let me see. So when I am free, first of all, you should get free time. And second thing is, I should get the mood to chant. There are so many people who have got free time. Why don't they chant? They say, I'm not feeling like chanting. I don't have mood to chant. So they need free time, and then they need that some favorable mood also. And then if at all, if that interest is there, they may chant as if they're doing some favor to God. Okay, chalo, I will chant your name. As if by chanting I'm giving something to God. It is a ungrateful attitude. First of all, remembering Krishna's name out of this gratitude. Gratitude is one level below love. It's one level below love. Because for you to love, for you to be grateful, for that you must have received something. If you're not received, you may say, oh, then why should I be grateful? Because I've received something, so I'll be grateful. But love is one level above, even if you don't receive anything. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Shikshastaka, even if you don't give me your darshan, even if you don't appear before me, even if you trample me, still you are my master, you are my beloved. That is love. So gratitude is one level below. Even that gratitude itself we do not develop. So in order to develop gratitude, first of all, devotees should become conscious what all I am receiving from God in my life. Appreciation for Lord's presence in our Lord. What I have received from the Lord. Otherwise, we don't speak like this. Like, now, just 3-4 days back, there was one discussion. The discussion was whether old age homes in our society, in the modern society, are they curse or are they boon? They're saying it is so nice now. Some people are saying it is so good, you see, because of the old age home, we can all focus on our career, we can grow we can achieve something. If this old father and mother are there at home, we have to pay our attention, we have to spend our time and energy, then we can't achieve anything in our life, in my career, in my job, in my whatever it is. So it's so good the old age home is there so that we can dump our parents there and no problem. I'll give all the money so that they will take care there and I can focus. I can be there in whichever country I want. I can do whatever I want. So like this. So everything you modernize and you glamorize and you show to people like this. What is that? What is that? You are not able to see what all contribution your parents have done in your life. So when we are not able to see our own parents' contribution, then how will you see God's contribution in your life? That is why Chandogya Upanishad says, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. They're saying, you fool, first you see what these people have done in your life. And then you will see who is the real Supreme Lord. So it's a training. It's a training. But unfortunately, in today's this most ambitious, selfish, modern civilization, there is no place for anyone except for the self. So what lesson we can learn from this Arjuna and Yudhishthira's conversation is how much gratitude memory Arjuna has got for Krishna. He's continuously remembering what all Krishna has done in his life and is giving all the credit, not just for namesake, he feelingly, with emotions, is remembering. So how much we are able to remember Krishna's contribution, intervention in our life. To begin with, okay, how Krishna has saved me from the material life and given me Krishna conscious life. So many people are suffering without spirituality, without goal of life, but Krishna has given me this. So one has to start noticing. You have to start noticing what all you have received from Krishna, what all you have received from Srila Prabhupada. We have to notice. This is a training we have to give to ourselves and we have to give to other people in our life. We have to say, look at this. You have received this because of so and so. So, and then after we notice, then what happens? This practice of gratitude will slowly awaken certain feelings in our heart for Lord and Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so much I have received. What should I do? What should I do? Then the feeling comes, I should also do something. I should also contribute something back. And now you are able to remember, you are able to think and chant the holy name of the Lord Krishna out of this kind of a gratitude memory, and that is very pleasing to Lord Krishna. Very, very pleasing to the Lord. So, that is the most important thing. Otherwise, what happens? The moment gratitude is not there, selfishness will increase. And such people will surrender to demigods. Kamastaistai ritagnyana prapadyante anya devataha. Why do they surrender to anya devata? Because of lust. Because of their selfish desire. Not very difficult to understand. Why do people neglect their family members? Because they got some selfish agenda. Personal agenda they have got. Oh, I want to achieve something in my personal life. Everybody should appreciate me, how great I am. For that, I will work hard for some company. I will work hard for someone else. But I don't even care for my family members. I don't bother whether they have taken breakfast, lunch, dinner. I don't bother what is happening at my home. But all that I bother is what is happening to my own name, fame, my own success. So when we become selfish like this, just like we surrender to some multinational companies, like that, Shastras are telling this kind of lust and selfish driven people, they surrender to Anya Devataha. And here in today's shloka, so nicely Prabhupada is explaining, by pleasing Krishna, you can please all the devatas. No need to surrender to any devatas. Last month is full of festivals. Ganesha festival. Just yesterday, day before yesterday, we finished Navaratri, Durga festival. So full India was busy with worshipping all kinds of demigods. So why? Because they got so many requests from so many demigods. They got so many desires. Okay, I want such and such thing. Let this God give me that. If that God does not give it, then they will not even go to that God. I remember when I was young, like a school-going age, so we were all friends. We were all talking during the examination time. Oh, examination is coming. We should all study. And we should also think, let's go to this temple and pray to that temple. Let's go to this temple. We'll pray to this temple for good results, like this. So once we all prayed to some temple, some demigod temple, and we got very tough question paper after offering our prayers. And we didn't do well. So after the exam, when we all came out, we all decided from today onwards, we are not going to this temple anymore. What is the use? What is the use of praying to this God if he is not giving me some easy question paper? So we said, that's all over. No more going to this temple. So the moment your selfish desire is not granted, your so-called devotion to that God also disappears. So this is Kamaistair Hritagnyana prapadyante anya devata. Kama. Your focus is not on that devata, it is actually on your own karma, whether my karma is fulfilled or not fulfilled. If it is not fulfilled, people ask, then why should I worship God? So, the same mentality now, it's not just devata, on their family members also. They say, if you are not useful to me, then why I should be with you? Then why I should stay with you? Then why are you in my home? So they say, famous, you all know this, we are supposed to love people and use things. Right? It's the most famous quote we hear. We are supposed to use things and love people. But due to the selfish and lust problem, we are using people and loving things. Like that, these people who are afflicted with this selfish desires, they use demigods. And they love, what they love? They love their own desires. They love only themselves and they try to use demigod. And they use demigod and they call it as bhakti, devotion. They say, oh, this Navaratri, 9 days I'm doing fasting. Why are you doing fasting? What is the reason why? No, because हमने एक मन्नत मान लिया है. Mannat means some desire is there. So because I want that desire, so I'm doing this. What if your desire does not get fulfilled? Then I will not do. So they're very clear. So here Arjuna is saying, because of Krishna's grace, I was able to make Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati happy. I was able to make Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati happy. Lord Shiva is not an ordinary person. He is very powerful personality, very powerful. He's not that Arjuna made some ordinary devata happy. He made Lord Shiva along with his wife happy. Yat tejasata bhagavan yudi shulapani. Shulapani, the one who carries Trishula in his hand always. Sa Girija, along with his wife Girija, Mother Parvati, I made both of them happy because of Krishna's grace. Because of Krishna's grace. So why it becomes like that? Why is that Shiva and Mother Parvati were happy? So recently we gave one class. Somebody made some movie called Ravana is a hero, is a good man. So, why not only just Rama, Ravana is also a good person. On Dasara day, there was an article on one of the newspaper. On this day of Dasara, let us remember the good qualities of Ravana. This is the article on the newspaper. On the day of Dasara, we are supposed to remember Lord Rama. But the article says, let us remember the good qualities of Ravana, it seems. So, the problem is, people somehow have got attraction to this kind of characters. And so, we made some video and posted on social media. And one person commented, they said, why are you defaming Ravana so much? He's such a nice devotee of Lord Shiva. Such good qualities there in Lord Shiva. He's such a nice devotee of Lord Shiva. Why are you speaking so badly about Ravana? Maybe I think it was a very genuine concern because somebody wants to find good qualities even in Rakshasas. So they're not able to find good qualities in their own family members, but they want to find good qualities in Rakshasas like Ravana. Anyway, no problem. So their objection is, Ravana is such a nice devotee of Lord Shiva. And here it is said, Shiva is happy with Arjuna. That is why he gave Pashupatastra. He gave, what is that? Swa Astram Adan Nijame. Astran, his own powerful weapon, he gave it to me. Arjuna is telling, you all know Mahabharata story. When Pandavas were in forest for 12 years, Vanavasa, at that time Arjuna goes and does tapasya. And Lord Shiva comes. And there is a fight between Lord Shiva and Arjuna because Shiva wanted to test Arjuna. And so in that fight, Arjuna was able to defeat. Lord Shiva That is why he's saying I was able to do this because of Krishna, not because of my own abilities. And then Lord Shiva became so happy, he gave me his own weapon called Pashupatastra. Not only he gave Pashupatastra, he also gave one more blessings to Arjuna, that all other devatas, their powerful weapon also will come to you. In that way, Arjuna got Vaishnavastra, Shaktyastra, like this many astras Arjuna got from devatas. That is what is being described here. Now here we are seeing Arjuna made Shiva happy. Somebody is asking question, Ravana is such a nice devotee, he is a devotee of Shiva. Is he really devotee of Lord Shiva? When you say, you are my devotee, you are somebody's devotee, what does it mean? What do you mean by devotion? When you say devotion means, you are supposed to do what that person likes. If you say, I am Shiva's devotee, then you are supposed to do what Shiva likes you to do. Shiva has his preferences. Shiva has his own likes. Shiva has his dislikes. Now, if you are real devotee, then you want to really know what Shiva likes me to do. What Shiva likes. Now, Ravana is not bothered. Why he is not bothered? Because Kama stays there. All that is bothered is his own desire. He is not bothered about Shiva's desire. Like, for example, you invite me to your home. Prabhu, please come to my home for a dinner, for prasadam. I say, okay, we'll come. And when you're inviting me, if you're really serious about making me happy, then you're supposed to ask me, what do you prefer to eat? That is a basic common sense. Now, while cooking, you're thinking, you're the cook. You're cooking and you're thinking, I like salt more. Let me put more and more salt. Should we think like this, or you should think, I have invited that person, how much salt he likes, let me put that much salt. What is the right way of thinking? What do you all say? I'm not able to hear. Should you put how much ever you like, or your guests likes? Yes, that is called really being serious about making other person happy. So, if Ravana or any other person who call themselves as devotees of this devatas like Shiva, Brahma, or any of these great devatas, they call themselves devotees, they call their activity as devotion, but actually it is not devotion, because they're not bothered about what the devata really wants. When you give it, they'll become happy. Now what Shiva wants, this Mother Parvati, she is intelligent. She is a very nice devotee. So she is asking her husband in Padma Purana, my dear Lord Shiva, what do you like? What is that you like? Then Shiva is saying, Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Manorame, my dear wife Bhavani, oh my dear beautiful wife Varanane, do you know what I like? I like Lord Rama. Shri Rama Rama Rameti. I like Lord Rama. Lord Shiva is saying this. Is Ravana not aware of this? If he likes Shiva so much, if he calls himself as I am a devotee of Shiva, then he should know everything about Shiva, what he likes, what he doesn't like. Nowadays, people who call themselves as a fans of some sportsman or fans of some Bollywood actor or actress, they claim, I know what he likes, I know which color dress he will wear, I know which place he likes to go in during his holiday. They say like, oh, I know everything about this person. That shows how much you are serious about that person and how much you really like. If Ravana is such a serious devotee of Shiva, does he not know that Lord Shiva likes Lord Rama? Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Then if you know that your Lord Shiva likes Rama so much, then why are you fighting with Ram? Then why are you kidnapping Rama's wife when you know that your Shiva worships Ram and he worships Mother Sita? Then why are you kidnapping? It means Ravana has no basics of Lord Shiva's likes and dislikes. Then how can you call him as a great devotee of Lord Shiva? What do you mean by great devotee? Then people say, do you know why? Once he was offering some prayers. This Ravana was offering one famous prayer called Shivatandava Nritya. Now Bollywood has made it even more famous. First of all, it was nowhere famous. Nobody knew this because that is a prayer offered by one Rakshasa. That is not a prayer offered by any great devotees. It is a prayer offered by one Rakshasa for his lusty desire, for his selfish desire. So that is why nobody ever made it popularized. But in Kali Yuga, all that matters is glamour. If you can glamorize anything, even whatever it may be, it should be very nice to our ear. Whether it is a good prayer, bad prayer, doesn't matter. All that we are interested is sense gratification. So if somebody is able to give a very nice tune or make it very pleasing to our mundane senses, we don't care who offered, why he offered, what was the intention behind this prayer. So this Shivatandava Stotra has become extremely popular in Kali Yuga, because in Kali Yuga, we are not less than any Ravana. We are also like him only. We are also not bothered about whom we worship. All that we are bothered is our own selfish desires in our heart. So that is why such prayers become very attractive to our ears. Immediately we get, everywhere on Instagram Reels, TikTok, everywhere people make that, oh, very nice, very nice. Shivatandava Nritya. Shivatandava Stotra. So Ravana was offering Shivatandava Stotra. While he was offering, he was jumping in the sky. He was playing Damaru, he was playing some Mridanga, and he is offering flowers. He is offering flowers with his 20 hands. And the Shivatandava Stotra says he jumped into the sky, and from the sky he was showering flowers on Shivalinga, on the Narmada river, and all that he was doing. And not only he was satisfied with that much, he thought, now let me impressed Lord Shiva. So he took out his intestine and different parts of his body, and he made strings, one Rudra Veena. He made one, Veena, one musical instrument. So for strings, he used his own body, all those intestine and nerves and all those things. And he started playing on that Veena. He was thinking, all this will make Shiva happy. Now, why are you thinking like this Shiva will make happy? You just ask Lord Shiva, what makes you happy? He's saying, like he told this to Mother Parvati, he's saying, Shri Rama Rama Rameti. You chant Rama's name, I'll be very happy. Why you have to jump into sky and, to tear off your body and bring out your intestine, and this is so ghastly, tamasic, rajasic. And after all the stotra, in the Shivatandava Stotra, it is mentioned that Lord Shiva was not happy and he walked out of that place. Means at the end of that Shivatandava Stotra, Shiva was displeased. He was not happy. Then why are you offering those prayers? Why are this paper? Like we offer Kunti Maharani prayers. We say, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo. Why do we offer? Because at the end of that prayer, Krishna was happy. So we are also assured, if I offer this prayer, Krishna will be happy with me also. So that is why we offer those prayers. We offer Gajendra prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Yataye Tachidatmakam Purushayadi Bijaya Pareshaya Bidi. Because we know at the end of that prayer, the Lord was happy. We offer Dhruva Maharaj prayers. Yo antha pravishya mama vacha mimam prasuptam. Because we know Lord was happy. Then why are people offering Shivatandava Stotra? They don't know that Shiva was unhappy at the end of that Shivatandava Stotra. He walked out of that place. He could not see because he was angry that Ravana was lustfully looking at Narmada, who is a daughter of Lord Shiva. So Shiva was disgusted with lusty desires of this Ravana. So Ravana may call himself as a great devotee of Lord Shiva. Whether Lord Shiva accepts it, that Ravana is my great devotee, and this Srila Prabhupada clarifies. Prabhupada tells this in one of the lectures during that war of Lanka, the war between Ram and Ravana. Mother Parvati was telling to Shiva, see, your devotee is in danger. You don't want to go and protect him? So Shiva said, no, I don't want to go and protect. See, if he's a real devotee, like Krishna, when Krishna saw Arjuna was in danger, the Bhishma was attacking, did anyone tell Krishna? Like Parvati was reminding Shiva, oh my dear husband, the whole world tells Ravana is such a great devotee of yours. Why are you not going and protecting him? So Shiva is not just bothered. He said, let him die. Because Shiva is not impressed with his so-called devotion. He is saying, I will not go. My Lord Rama is important to me. I will sit and watch how my Ram is fighting. I have no interest in going and protecting this Ravana. And in fact, even if I go, I cannot save this Ravana. Because who is fighting? Ram is fighting. Rakhe Krishna mare Krishna rakhe ke. So Ravana he may call himself as a devotee. Like this, many people in today's Kali Yuga, they call themselves as devotees of some devatas. So Prabhupada so nicely tells in purport, only Krishna conscious devotees, Vaishnavas, they know how to respect devatas. Only they know how to respect, because the devotees means they're not selfish. Because they're not selfish, they want to know what makes this devata happy. Oh, this makes devata happy. And in that way they worship that devata. They know Lord Shiva is happy if I become Krishna conscious. Lord Shiva becomes very pleased upon me if I chant Hare Krishna mantra, Lord Rama's name. So when we do that, we know very well that Shiva is pleased with me. In this way, we give real respect to devatas. We give real recognition to those devatas. And devatas are also very happy with us. Not like this misunderstood devotees like Ravana, who called themselves, I'm a great devotee of Shiva, but does not bother to know what Shiva really likes, or what he dislikes, or what he wants, what he doesn't want. So this is the problem with people. The moment you become selfish, you're not bothered what other person wants. That is why I said this is glamorized in today's world and called it as ambitious. And they introduce themselves, I'm a very ambitious person. What do you mean ambitious? Means I don't care for anyone. All that I care is myself. And this is glamorized. So that kind of a glamorization of selfishness is not going to give us any gratitude. If you want a gratitude memory like Arjuna, if you want to always remember like Arjuna, then we have to follow in the footsteps of Arjuna. What is that footstep of Arjuna? Always be engaged in the mission of Lord Krishna. Arjuna was always engaged. His life was fully engaged in the mission of Lord Krishna. He was using all his bodily power, his Kshatriya power, all capabilities, talents in serving the mission of Lord Krishna, in glorifying Lord Krishna's mission. He did not have a separate life. And for such people who somehow bring Krishna into their life and keep their life to whatever extent possible to glorify Krishna, to spread the mission of Lord Krishna, for such people it becomes very natural to remember Krishna, because there will be so many instances where Krishna will come into your life, will intervene in your life, will add his presence into your life. So it becomes almost impossible to forget Krishna's presence in our life. It becomes so evident, like for Arjuna. For that, we cannot have lust. Then what we need to have? We need to have love for Krishna. The only way that we can develop this love, this gratitude, beginning, how do we beginning this? It is only by chanting. This most powerful method called chanting and hearing, Shravanam and Kirtanam, they are so powerful. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karaye Udaya. Udaya, it will rise. What will rise? Love for Krishna will rise. Gratitude will rise. Simply we have to chant for this. We may believe, we may not believe. It is not dependent on our faith. All that we require is at least give an attempt. Every day I should not miss chanting. Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you just do this, slowly the gratitude memory will, increase more and more. More and more, you will be able to see how Krishna is doing so many things. Not only that, you will also see what Krishna likes, what Krishna dislikes, so that you can now do what Krishna likes you to do. Not that what I like to do. So we will make a journey from selfishness towards selflessness, that is Krishna consciousness. And that is possible only when we take Harinam Sankirtana very seriously in our life. With this, we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.